Hey guys, this is Mr. Waltz. I'm going to show you how to do the block modeling assignment. We'll start here with the first piece. I'm going to do the tall rectangle. So you can see here in the picture, it's this one right here, and it's a rectangle. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do the fillets. We didn't do this when we sketched them, but if you'll notice, these have these rounded corners. And so in class, I'll show you guys how to use a fillet command to create some rounded corners. And so if you want to get an A on this, you can do the fillets. You can leave them off if you don't really need an A, but if you want to get full credit, that's the best way to do it. So we'll get started here. So you go get your sketch. You went and you made in your block measurements. You made a sketch, right? And you've got all the measurements there. So there's mine. I blurred it out. You don't get my top secret numbers. Um, but use these sketches as your basis for your work, your own sketch. Um, so anyways, we'll hop back here to block modeling. Um, so we're going to do like I said, tall rectangle first. So I go to Fusion. Hopefully you got that open. If not, do that. Make sure you're on our Fusion team. Don't be on your personal team. Go to West Park Engineering. Takes a couple seconds to open. And then you want to be in IED period 4 spring 2022. Students, and then find your folder in here. I'll find my folder. And then what we want to do is make a new folder inside this folder. So I browse to that folder with my data panel. I'm going to hit new folder, and we'll call this one block modeling. Okay. And what I'm going to do to grade these is go in to your folder, open your block modeling folder, and look at your work. So this, you got to make sure it's here, or else I'm not going to give you points. So I double click that folder. That is now the active folder. I can close the data panel at that point, so I have more room on my screen. I'm going to create a new sketch. I'm going to click here. This is XY plane. That's what I usually like to do. And I'm going to start drawing. I'm going to draw a rectangle. Okay. So you do the rectangle, click on the origin, and then you can move over here. Pro tip, you don't have to create the dimensions separately if you don't click the second time. So don't click the second time, and then you type in the width of your rectangle piece, whatever number you have from your measurements. Don't use my numbers, because who knows if they're right, right? And then you hit tab and type in the second number. That'll be the height. And then you hit enter. And then you get a rectangle. Wonderful. Now I'm going to finish this sketch. And then I'm going to extrude dude. And you type in that third number, whatever you got for the depth of your rectangle, and hit enter. So now we got the rectangle here. Now we want to do the fillets. So let's go look at the picture. So if you see the way this was cut, it was cut from a piece of wood that had rounded corners. They cut it sharply off at the top and off at the bottom. But on these side corners or side edges, we have this, it's rounded over. That's called a fillet. And so if you go in the assignment, there's actually a video I put in here called Measuring Fillets. So if you want to get your calipers, if you want to do the fillets, go grab a block, get the calipers, and estimate the fillet radius. Okay. If you need help with that, let me know. So what I'm going to do then is take this piece and I'm going to slap some fillets on it. So here's the fillet command right here. It's in modify. You have to be out of your sketch to do this. And then it's got a lot of fancy controls, but we're just going to use it really simply. We're going to go and click on the edges we want to fillet. So I want to fillet this edge, this edge, this edge over here. And then the back edge, you can't see it, but Fusion does a cool thing. It'll let you actually find this thing even though it's hidden. It'll let you click there and get that. So those four, you'll see it says 4 edges are selected. And then you just want to type in your radius. So type in whatever you measured. A little bird told me it was about 0.1. And then now it's looking a lot more realistic. Last things we want to do is we want to put appearance on it, and we want to put a model or a material on it, excuse me. So easiest way to do that, go over here at the top of your browser. It'll say unsaved. Do physical material, and you'd say, well, what are these made out of? They're made out of wood. And you can use any wood you want. I think these are probably pine. So I'm gonna click on pine here, and then what I'm gonna do is drag pine over here onto the block, and you can see it gives it a pine wood texture, and that's cool. However, our blocks were painted, right? So we want to get an appearance. So I'm gonna hit escape, and then I'm gonna hit go up here again to the top level of the browser, right click, and I'm gonna do appearance. And then there's a lot of different appearances in here. I'm gonna go down to paint, And let's see, different choices: glossy, metal flake, metallic, powder coat. I'm going to do glossy. And then I think most of the colors that they actually were are here. I like blue, so I'm going to do blue and just drag your color over there. And so that'll give you some extra points too if you can put color and a material on these if you want to get the highest grade possible. So then I want to save it, and please use the same names that I used on the assignment. It'll make it easier for me to see what they are. So, go look at my sketches, or actually in the assignment, it tells you the names of the parts. How do I bring that up? There it is. It was in, not here. It's in the block measurements assignment: tall triangle, short thin rectangle, da 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 da. So I'm going to use those names. Okay. Um, Anyways, go back here. I want to save it. So this is tall rectangle. Make sure you are saving in your personal folder in Students and IED Period 4 Spring 2022. You have a subfolder called Block Modeling. Hit Save, and you are done with that one. You've got one down, 8 more to go. You can see these are pretty quick, especially if Waltz isn't talking. So just go on to the next video, and we'll show you how to do that one. Good luck.